Hi everyone, Rachel Jensen here, broker owner of Luna Realty Belize on the beautiful island of Ambergris Caye. We are in the inbox today, which is when we answer real estate questions that have been asked by folks like you. We are in question number 50 of this series. So if you're new to this series, new to this channel, new to real estate in Belize, feel free to listen to the past recordings, last 49 recordings, to learn more about real estate here. These are questions that have been asked by other folks who are looking at property here in Belize. All right, so this question that we're answering today is by a fellow named Charles R. And he said, I've read comments from others about the need for security for their home in and around this area. In your opinion, is this needed? And have you heard of others who've had their properties either damaged or broken into? If so, what steps should I take to secure my property once it's built? So great question. We get that question quite a bit in terms of safety and security here on the island. And I'm going to speak specifically for Ambergris Caye. Ambergris Caye generally is a safe area. Now, depending where you live on the island, you may live in an area that maybe is not as safe as others. However, generally around the island is really quite safe. You're not going to be finding these large, walls and huge gated gates around communities. It's really not needed. If you do have a fence that typically is substantial enough, people do tend to respect your land here. If it is fenced in, they'll realize that it is owned by somebody. We were just talking in the office. Maybe there'll be some garbage on your property if someone throws it over, but otherwise, your property really is quite safe. Now, I know for some people, it is important for them to be able to maintain their property when they're away. Let's say you're looking at a property here, you're not planning to spend all of your time in the country and you're going to be coming back and forth or whatever your setup is. In that case, fence always helps, and security cameras. I know at our house, we just have some security cameras that for a just in case situation, not good, have never needed it before, but just in case something happens, we're able to look back on the cameras and see what the situation was. We do not have a gate or fence or anything around the house, but if you're planning to be away for a longer period of time, there are opportunists, right? And if they see that that light hasn't gone on in the house in 2, 3, 4 weeks, maybe you'll find next time you come down that a TV is missing or something else is not where you put it. And so in that case, it always is helpful to have those cameras and make sure you have some secure locks. You don't necessarily need the bars, the security bars on windows. That is not necessarily something that we see commonly around here. However, if it brings you that peace of mind, you are able to add it. So generally, it is quite safe. I know for some properties where they're more so Airbnbs, they do tend to have a caretaker, and that caretaker really is not necessarily for security purposes, more so just to make sure the yard is cleaned, make sure that the house is being maintained. But if it does give you that peace of mind of knowing that there is somebody there on site when you're not there, then a caretaker could be the way to go, right? You could have a live-in caretaker, you could have a caretaker that just comes during the day. However it is that you want to handle that and how much space you have in order to accommodate a caretaker to be there on more of a full-time basis. But otherwise, I would say, security cameras probably substantial. And then you also don't need to broadcast when it is that you're coming in and out of the country. I think that that's something that people tend to overshare sometimes, especially on social platforms. So if they can see that you're not home, right, you're friends with these people who are friends of friends or friends of people, and they can see, oh, you're back in the States for months at a time. Oh, well, we know that their house isn't open or nobody's there. So let's just go take a look at it. Also, what I know people have done is they'll ask friends to stay there or friends to just check in on the property. Going back to the cameras, I would recommend cameras in that case, just because you don't know, maybe they'll invite some other friends over, or you have a pool that looks really enticing and they'll invite the family and the family and the family, the other family members over to enjoy that pool on a really hot day. So just understand that typically things aren't malicious here. It's not out of bad intent. It is more of an opportunity than anything. So just wanted to give you that peace of mind there. If you're new to the real estate process here in Belize, you're thinking about spending time in the country, reach out to us for this free electronic copy of the Belize Lifestyle Guide for Foreigners. And if you are considering real estate here in Belize, reach out to us. We have a really incredible team who is here to help guide you through that process and make sure you find the property of your dreams. My name is Rachel Jensen, and you can reach out to us at info@Luna Realty Belize, info@lunarealtybelize.com. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.